everyone, welcome to another review, and yes, she's back, but this time, this is not a top 10 list or a ranking, she's back for a movie review.
Yeah!
Oh yeah, and this review is for the movie Clouds of Sis Maria, and I think Oscar season has come soon because I think we have an Oscar contender.
I think it's an Oscar contender. If not, I'm gonna be really upset.
Yes, this is a great film. This movie stars Julia Benucci, Chloe Grace Moretz, and Kristen Stewart, and this is written and directed by Olivia Assayas. And the story of this movie is, actually, why don't you tell us the story of this movie?
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh.
So, Maria is essentially, not gonna say an out-of-work actress. She just hasn't done anything in a long time.
Played by Julia Benucci.
Played by Julia Benucci.
Julia Benucci, yeah.
It's
a tongue twister.
Tongue twister.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so she is a famous actress of her time and very idolized in this even current era by Chloe Grace Moretz. But, essentially, the guy who made her famous
basically passes on, yes, and she gets offered a job to do this play that she actually knew the person who this play is based off of, and she used to play the younger role.
She played the younger role of the character who is like this manipulative girl who wants to use an older woman who she works with and twist her and turn her and pretty much use her magnetic energy into just tearing this one older woman down. It's a tragedy kind of play.
And Kristen Stewart plays Valentine, her assistant. And most of the movie takes place they go to Switzerland, and basically most of the movie is them in this beautiful cottage, and they're basically running lines with each other about this play and everything. And then the play itself is symbolizing the relationship between her and her assistant.
They'll have like a line of dialogue, and you actually will get confused whether it's something they're saying to each other or if it's actually them rehearsing. I thought that was really clever. I haven't seen a movie kind of do dialogue in that way in a while.
Yeah, and this movie also tells you about, like, you know, out with the old, in with the new.
Kind of
because, like, Chloe Grace Moretz is in this movie, and she's all about the new hip movies, like the superhero
sci-fi
cool movies. And, like, you know, like the scene when they see other movies, she's like, are you kidding me? Like,
she's
do
like,
they call this...
stupid.
Yeah, is this considered art? I consider, like, my movies more classy. This is more like just, you know, just stuff thrown at you. And
yeah, she was more like, you know, I'm not gonna say she's like fully classic. She was like mid-classic range actress, but she's a lot more graceful. She's a lot more dedicated to her roles, extremely dedicated to her roles, where the new people are getting drunk and partying, and she's like, really, is this what actresses are like now?
So pretty much the gist of the story is like Maria is running lines with her assistant Valentine, and they're learning about each other more, and they're realizing their relationship isn't a normal relationship. No. And also she's figuring out this play. She's learning about different theories and philosophies about this play, and this play itself symbolizes the relationship she's having with her assistant.
Yeah,
and
I like the fact that this is a proven fact. Someone older and someone younger have a different view of what maybe something means. So their interpretations of things are different. This is proven in the movie where her assistant, Valentine, thinks the play is about something different. And I will spoil one thing.
Minor
spoiler. The way she thinks this play ends, Maria's character, is not what Kristen Stewart's character, Valentine, thinks the play ends. And they kind of have a bicker about it, and she's like, well, that's kind of silly for you to think that. I don't think that she did that at all. I feel like she thought it was like a rebirth, like you realized your mistakes and you became a better person. That's how she thought the play ended. And the older actress, she's kind of tainted. She's kind of dark. She kind of feels negative about it. She's like, no, it's the negative way.
And you know, the funniest thing is this movie itself is always open to interpretation.
Yes.
And this movie will have lots of theories of what happens to certain characters. You don't ever know, and you don't know certain traits about these characters. And the ending is a brilliant ending.
It's a very beautiful, artistic ending to a movie.
This entire movie is just artistic, and it drips with atmosphere.
Love it.
An amazing cinematography.
Yeah, I don't know who did the cinematography in that film, but the shots, what is that thing called? They're looking, they want to see this thing that's even in the play. It's like the snake or something. Essentially, it's like these clouds that come off a mountain and make like
it's symbolic. Yeah, it's symbolizing the tone and the feel of the characters.
Yeah.
And the tracking shots are great. The landscaping shots of Switzerland look beautiful, and the visuals itself tell a story, and that is good camera work and good cinematography. And again, the writing in this movie is
beautiful.
Brilliant.
It's
the
very beautiful.
Yeah, the dialogue is great. The characters are three-dimensional, and the direction was really well done. The execution was great. The structure was great. And again, these performances are brilliant performances.
And it wasn't like, you know, how some movies kind of run off, or they like, it doesn't flow very well. As much as, like, not everything connected fully, it had great flow for a movie.
It is slow. It is a slow movie.
It's very paced slow.
It's a slow burn, but if you're kind of a person who loves symbolism in movies, likes good cinematography, likes good abstract art, you will love this movie.
You'll think it's fantastic.
You love dialogue in movies, you'll have a blast with this movie. And Julia Benucci better get an Oscar nom.
Because let me tell
phenomenal.
You, there's this scene we both like. She is pretty much becoming her character. She's starting to learn about the older character, because she never understood when she was younger the character's feelings. Now that she's becoming this character, she is like struck with emotion, and when she's rehearsing this one scene, she just like throws everything off the table.
Like when they do the rehearsing, sometimes you never know, are they rehearsing or are they actually talking to each other?
Love it.
Yeah, and like Kristen Stewart, this director knew how to use Kristen Stewart wisely.
The way she acts, the way her presence is.
She's bland, but at times I don't see Kristen Stewart. I see the character Valentine.
Yeah, for sure.
She's very good, and the chemistry between Kristen Stewart and Julia Benucci is very good. A-game acting right here. This is phenomenal
this is top
acting.
notch. You know, I will never give Kristen Stewart a lot of praise, but I'll tell you, I was really, really blown away by how amazing her character, Valentine and Maria, interacted, and I loved her theories. She actually played a very kind of witty, smart girl. She's very like, she's just very like, she's like a down-to-earth girl who, you know, likes old classic stuff but likes new stuff at the same time.
Not since Panic Room I've ever seen Kristen Stewart actually give a good performance. Twilight ruined her.
Oh, gosh.
This movie might bring her back, bring her somewhere. Not back.
Yeah, bring her up a notch in the film.
She was good. Chloe Grace Moretz was also very good. Very unlikable character, but she just plays it so freaking well.
You're like, you know what you think of? You think of, like, this is pretty much what a lot of the youth of Hollywood is.
Oh, yeah.
So I liked that she embodied how destructive one person can be.
She was almost like a mixture between Miley Cyrus and Lindsay Lohan.
Oh my god, yeah. She was just like a train wreck of a person.
Yeah. And she is a bitch. And Chloe Grace Moretz played it so well.
You were like convinced. You're like, oh, God. You're like just a horrible person.
She's not a good person at all. And like I said, everything about this movie was so good. Yes, the writer and director, Olivier Assayas, he just knew how to do this movie. He knew how to write women good.
Oh, I
can tell this guy is probably
we were talking about that, you know, like, we see a lot of movies and watch a lot of movies where, like, it's generally women-based characters, and they don't...
It's all women, mostly. A couple male characters, like Klaus and everything, but
they don't embody women properly.
No.
You know, you wanna know how women think, how women act.
This guy knows women. He knew how to study women. And I've never seen any of his films, because he does a lot of foreign films.
Yes, he
does. After I've seen this movie, I want to see his entire filmography.
That would be amazing.
He's brilliant.
I was blown away.
Yeah, the writing was amazing. The direction was amazing.
I like, too, that he snuck in themes. Like, it wasn't just about, like what we said, it's kind of abstract. It's not about one thing. He threw in a very big theme in this movie is actually suicide. You don't get that right away until you continue to watch the film.
Yeah, well, they'll get it. They'll get it. Yeah, like, this movie has a lot going for it. The score's also very good. It fits the tone perfectly.
It does.
It creates atmosphere. It creates mood, and it just makes the movie all the more beautiful and artistic. And like I said, cinematography is top notch. The editing is very well done. Not choppy. There's no choppy editing.
There's not.
Yes, and there's long, good shots to establish character and establish tone. And I loved this movie. It was really good.
Really loved it. We were just like a random watch, and it was so worth it. I was very like, I was speechless. I was like, this is a very breathtaking movie, and I loved it. I loved all the characters. I loved the themes. I loved the way it was performed. I loved everything that came together at the end so well.
Yeah, and this is just an amazing movie. This is not a movie for everybody.
No,
like,
for sure.
If you're the kind of person who likes big popcorn action movies and you find this kind of shtick boring, you're not gonna like this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
If you like classy, elegant, well-written, dialogue-fueled movies, this is a movie for you.
If you're like a before trilogy fan,
Yeah.
or you know,
Like
you like
Goodnight-
Woody Allen movies.
Yeah,
and stuff.
even like even like special foreign films, like French films, you will love this kind of movie. So yeah,
Love it.
check this movie out if you love good abstract artistic films. Check this out. You will not regret it. It's a great film.
Not at all.
Yes, awesome movie. Awesome.
Hopefully you agree with us that it's Oscar contender, hopefully.
Who knows? The Oscar season it still hasn't came yet. But yeah, alright, let's get to the ratings. Scale 1 to 10, I'll give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. I love this movie. It's so good.
I gave it a 9.7. Why? I know the reason I gave it a little bit more is like I actually was so gripped between the two main characters' interactions that I was like on, like most people are like on their seats with action movies. I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen to these characters? And I wanted to know so badly, and I just fell in love with the movie.
The main thing is, we both loved it. Check this movie out.
Yes.
In the comment section below, please tell me, what is the most beautifully shot film you've ever seen? Comment below, let me know. For me, it's not a great film, but What Dreams May Come is a very beautifully shot movie. I find it just breathtaking. So yeah, what is the most beautifully shot film you've ever watched? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.